Hey guys, we are back here again to do our top five picks for Miss Universe. I have the beauty, Adrianna David, a former two-time Miss Maryland with USA and America. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
And I'm the photographer, Paul, as you guys all know from the host of our show here on Total Focus. So, um, I want to mention a couple cool things. One, the show is actually going to be in Atlanta, which I think is really cool, and it's going to be at the Tyler Perry Studios. Um,
That's really cool.
yeah, I just thought that was just. It's always good to go somewhere different, and also to give people an opportunity. So, I mean, um, from an acting perspective, I know that that studio is huge in Atlanta. So,
Yeah,
uh,
Atlanta's booming right now in all production and especially TV films. So I'm excited that Miss Universe is going there because I think the production value will be better than maybe where it has been in other countries.
well, also, I mean, no disrespect, but it's going to be aired at without any spoilers, Eastern Standard Time, so they don't have to do any weird like time just
Yeah, that's always
shifting.
such a shift when you have to watch Miss Universe at like midnight the night after before
Well,
because it's a different time
yeah,
zone.
or they do that weird thing. I think it was last year where they made them actually perform in the middle of the day in Thailand, but it was like 8 a.m. It was 8 p.m. for us. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
so all right. So here are the criteria of how we do our um we have based our opinion basically based on our background. Adrian is a former double title Maryland winner. So she's basing it on her skills that she knows, and I'm basing it on a photography skill. We don't know anything about their skills or their platforms, um, but we just think it's a fun way. And then after the show, we're going to come back and see as a fun little bet we're doing. And then we're also going to be doing, which is really cool this year. Miss US Miss America is also the Thursday after the Sun. This is Sunday, this coming Sunday, and the following Thursday is Miss America. So it's basically a pageant week, super pageant week. So I hope you guys are all excited. I'm totally excited. I know Adriana is. So I just wanted to go over a couple photos that I thought were interesting. And I definitely wanted to get Adriana's opinion because the photos are totally non standardized. So, what did you think about that, Adriana?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. It sort of seems that everyone kind of did their own thing. Some of the headshots are super glam, like they used to be, and then some of them are more casual. Some of the ladies, like Bangladesh and South Africa, I believe, incorporated their heritage in forms of wardrobe. And then you have some that are looking way more editorial and fashion, like Japan and Kenya. And I think it's cool. I like that there's a variety of different options. It also seems that a lot of them are using their hands in the photos before. I know, like back in the day when headshots, they were like, no hands in the photos, just your face. But I kind of like that they are including more like props or hands for their shots. I think it adds more personality.
I agree, it does. The thing that kind of baffles me is that there's no like correlation on the way they want the photo to be photographed. Like you were leading to, there's some photos are super tight, like a traditional headshot, and then there are some they're 3 1/4 that are from like the waist up. So I just to me it kind of like throws me off. You got a pile of like 3 1/4, and then a pile of headshots that are really close. They look like they're competing for two different pageants. Um, but maybe that's a good thing that there's no Pacific direction because one person who doesn't look the best super close up maybe is more flattering for a 3 1/4 shot. So maybe that's good that they gave him that option.
Hmm. I agree. I
So
do like the headshots better though. I'm not as big of a fan of the ones that have their body in them. I feel like I
I,
can't see them.
yeah, I do agree with that. But I have picked a couple that were 3 and a quarter, and their beauty, no matter if they were 100 miles away, they would definitely stand out in the room, just as you do.
Hmm.
Um,
Thank you.
no, no. So the one that really just shocked me, there the two that I wanted to bring was Croatia. Croatia has a photo, and she's a really gorgeous girl, but to me, it's baffling that she's got a door in her background, and I
Yeah,
don't,
that is funny. It
I don't,
almost looks like there's
I don't know why
a
they would submit that. Do you have any?
yeah.
Do you have any idea why that would be? I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely agree it's not wise. There's like this white square right next to her face that I guess is a reflection off of a door.
I think that's the emergency exit. You know, the little thing they have on the door for a hotel room.
Yeah, to see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely would not have chosen that myself, but maybe she just loved that photo of herself.
I mean, I mean, she looks nice. I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
she looks great.
Yeah. I'm just
But I agree, it is very
I'm
distracting.
just baffled. But you know, it's not a dig at her at all. The other one is because we are both Americans. My only criticism is that our beautiful Miss USA is like leaning down and covering majority of her face on one side,
Yeah, I
and
was
she's so
surprised that
beautiful.
they I agree. I was surprised that they chose that one too for Chesley, or if Chesley chose it herself. I like that she's wearing a women's wear shirt, like the button up, because that's very
Hmm.
her style. And I know that she has a whole blog about women's fashion in the workplace since she's a lawyer. But I agree. I don't like that she's covering half of her face because she is so stunning.
See, and the thing that she was promoting was having natural hair, um not putting any
Heat products.
relaxer in it.
Yeah.
And I think that some of her competitors really took that concept and ran with it, and I think that um
Well, I think it's not necessarily a concept. I think it's exciting that women are proud to wear their natural hair in this movement. So I think definitely it's a time right now where all women, if they choose so, they are almost allowed to feel that their self is enough and they don't have to add a different extension or wig or whatever to make themselves beautiful. So I love the natural hair movement, and I'm happy to see that. I think there are like at least six or maybe even 10 now that I'm scrolling through these photos again. 10 women I think that are rocking the natural hair, and I love it.
yeah, I have two on my list. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Haiti, Iceland, Ireland, Jamaica, um,
But see,
Nicaragua looks like she has a little bit of natural hair going. USA. Yeah, it's really exciting time.
I I know it's just a photo, but to me it looks like. Do you think?
Belize. I forgot Belize.
Uh,
Sorry.
no, no, no. Do you think that that they mess with her with Miss USA's hair? Because to me it looks like they made her straighten her hair. It looks like it was straightened. It wasn't. That's
In her
that.
headshot?
Yeah.
No, that's completely
Oh,
natural.
it is
It's so
natural.
curly. What are you talking about?
Hair is not my expertise. I will totally admit that. So like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, no.
like that's
It's
why you are the
amazing.
beauty. And so
You're good.
um all right. So you want to do a toss up? Who wants to go first? You or me?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
So, Miss Universe is so hard to pick only five candidates. I have like honestly five more like maybes, especially just on headshots because they are so pretty. But my first pick, I have to pick China because she is just so stunning in this photo. I really like the red background. I've never seen that in pageants before. I've seen it in like actor headshots and other types of photos, but I think the background stands out, but it doesn't take away from her beauty. It's always something for me that you don't want to, if you add a colored background, you don't want it to take away from looking at yourself because you want to look at you first. And I think she still captures that. I love her collarbone. It just gives me life right there. I could probably do without the hand and maybe a little bit closer in, but it's okay. I love that headshot.
I absolutely agree with you. That was on my list,
Yay!
and what I would definitely say what was stunning that personally, one, it actually reflects her culture very much. Predominantly, that culture has that very round face and is very soft white skin, and they didn't mess with her skin tone. She looks very, she fits, she looks like what a Chinese beautiful woman would look like. They didn't like modify her or anything. So, I mean, I think that's a perfect photo. I love her neckline. I do agree. Maybe her hand shouldn't be in the shot, and that maybe it should be just the whole neckline. So maybe you get that kind of more
Mm-hmm.
sexier shoulder look. I do love that the hair is straight down, and I love that oversized earring. I know that you argue that point, but I love the oversized earring.
I think in this case it's okay. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but I'm also just haven't. Some people absolutely love a huge pageant earring. Me, I haven't been doing pageants my whole life, so I like more of the subtle, but I think it works for her. I think it doesn't take away from her beauty.
I think that it will be hard to not put her in top five. Well, she'll definitely be in top 10, but it'll be hard for her not to be in top five. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So, who's your next one?
My next one. Okay, so I want to say Chesley so bad for USA, but
I mean,
I'm
but if you
so
like
not
her,
a
you
fan.
like her. There's nothing wrong with
I
it.
love her. I love her. I love her so much. I love that she's representing our country.
Yeah.
However, her headshot is not my favorite. So,
And see, that's
since
what
I
the
know
rules are, guys. The rules
since
are
I know
it.
nothing,
The
my immediate comparison to her in terms of like the same demographic type is Haiti, and I love Haiti's photo. It is so drop dead gorgeous. She has her natural hair going. She has her eyebrows just brushed up that I love. I love when people, so especially she's doing natural hair in almost like two different ways. She has her eyebrows thick too. I think her makeup, they could have let up on the highlighter a little bit. There is a lot of highlight on her nose, which I don't think is necessary, but her lips are just huge and beautiful, and her hair is huge and beautiful, and I just have so many good things to say about Haiti just from this photo. Her eyes are so intense, and you want to know what she's thinking. I think she may honestly have the best headshot, in my
again,
opinion.
again, I agree with you. That is on my
Yeah.
list. So, here's the one of the things that, from a culture thing, that country is very depressed, and for her to come out and be like flamboyant is like such a, to me, it's so exciting. It's like I'm here, I'm proud, I love my country. So that's how I see it too. It's like I look at it as a multiple thing. I know
Mhm.
it's just a headshot, but she's representing a whole country. Um, I really love the big earrings. I and see, this is where that little argument goes back and forth. What you were talking about with Miss USA, I really, really like that. One, she's not hiding her face, and two, sh- she's letting that hair just go crazy, and that's how our Miss USA's hair looked on stage. So like that, she reminds me more of Miss USA. So I mean, and you made a good point, Adriana, about the eyebrows. The eyebrows look really awesome.
They're just so
Now do
awesome.
you don't think that's photoshopped at all? You think that's her natural eyebrows? Like if you
I
walked
mean,
up,
she definitely has makeup on,
okay,
but they use like an eyebrow gel on top of your eyebrows to brush them up. So no,
gotcha.
that's probably just the makeup artist doing.
I mean, her lips are very plump. I mean, if she doesn't get a Estee Lauder
I know some
or
sort
make
of makeup
makeup,
campaign.
yeah, seriously, because like her face is perfect for that type of for that job. And I honestly, you were talking about hands. I love that little just off to the side. Like I'm
Yeah, I
here.
agree. I like that it's away from her face.
So we are 2-2. This is not making a fun story. So
I know.
hopefully. So
Okay, I'll say
what is your
my
third one?
okay. My third one is Thailand.
Okay.
Hold on, let me scroll down to her really quickly. She is just so pretty. Um, I love in this photo how close up it is. Her eyes are just so stunning. I don't really know what it's definitely a closer up photo, which is more traditional. I'm not the biggest fan of both hands, like we've been talking about, but I think it works for her because it's just so stunning. Her eyes are just like looking into your soul. And I like that the makeup is very natural, but it's still there. Like, I like how the lips are still her natural color lips. It just has a gloss on top. And I really like how they pulled her hair back. I think it's rare for girls kind of to pull their hair back for headshots because they feel like their hair makes them more glam. But she's just so stunning without it. And I love that.
I have a feeling that she's got super, super long hair.
Maybe.
I
Or
just
it could be super short. It's also, that's another thing I like don't know, but I don't really care because she's so pretty.
okay. You're gonna hate me, but that's also on my list.
You chose her too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
So here's the things that really just stood out to me as a photographer is her eyes. I mean, I could
Yeah.
when I have the privilege of working with Adrianna and we take that photo and she looks into the camera and it looks through the camera, it looks through the photo, it's always a killer. It's hard to stop looking at. That's what a good photo um draws you in, and she got has this photo. Um, the one thing that I do agree is that there's too much hands, like that right hand on her bottom chin. I could definitely do without that because I really would love to
Mm-hmm.
see more of her chin line. But they've really covered up her bottom for her face by putting this really big a logo over her face at the bottom. Um, and they kind of crop. I'd like to know what the judges are seeing because I'd love to see how the ears look on it. I'm sure they look really nice and to the side, but it's so cropped in you can't. But it was so hard not to stop looking at this. That that's how I would definitely rank a great photo is when I have to look at it for a couple seconds, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to, I slide, and I want to. I always when I'm looking at like a portfolio, I try to go really fast, and then if it makes me look at it and stop, that's a good photo. And that photo just made me stop and look at it. So, um, all right,
So we're 4 for 4,
3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Did we
So you
only say three? Oh
yes.
yeah, China, Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
and Thailand.
Yes.
Okay.
So
My
there's no way you have all five. There's no way.
Yeah, no, there's no way. I don't think you picked this one because this girl I am just so obsessed with, but I think she may have maybe overlooked, which is unfortunate. But I think that India is the most stunning human like ever. You go to India. Look, is she one of your picks?
No, she's not.
Ha ha ha! Yes. Okay, so if you go to India, this photo looks like it could be on the cover of a magazine, literally any magazine. It could be like Free People Fashion. It could be because she's like so natural. It could be a skincare ad. It could be I don't know, even like on National Geographic. I feel like her face is just so stunning. It's so simple. It looks like she's wearing virtually no makeup. She has her shoulder in, showing some skin. Her teeth are showing a little bit. She has brown hair. It's whisking away. There's a little bit of wind. I think she is the most naturally beautiful of all of them because it's so natural. She's not wearing any earrings. It's a plain, seemingly like tan or brown background. I don't even know what that is. It could be a tree. But she just looks like she could be the star of a movie. I think hands down, she's so beautiful.
She is really beautiful.
And her eyes and her eyebrows. Oh, what you mentioned, staring at a photo, I could not stop staring at this photo.
That photo definitely stood out to me, but she definitely must have European family members because she has. I think she's a good mix.
Yeah, she has to be a mix of something. She's definitely not.
I mean, she's definitely
Um,
has. She's definitely has Indian in her, but I don't know what they designate for nationality in India, but she definitely has native to India, but there's definitely some English in her because some of the features are not traditional, which makes her, like, you know, what makes people gorgeous is when you mix things up. So she's got a really nice mixture, and like you were saying, yeah, you're right. It is a good photo, and I really do like that they used a brown background.
It complements her
It
skin.
complements her skin just like the red background really complements China with her very pale skin. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was a good choice. So yeah, I agree with you on
She
that.
almost gives me like Priyanka Chopra vibes. This girl from India,
Yes,
which makes sense.
yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
But she has fuller lips. This young
Yeah.
lady has much fuller lips, and I think lately the trend that I've been seeing is that the lip injections, the fuller lip look is becoming more popular again. So um,
Yeah, but not too full. Don't say too full. I don't
no,
want
no,
that.
no.
I'm.
I'm not talking about balloon size. I'm just talking about a nice full lip because her lips are full. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing that really stands out to me is that she's got really nice big eyebrows. They're not thin at
Mm-hmm.
all. You
I
know,
love them.
that's the one thing that I always get sad when you guys thin them out so much that they look like a line. But she's got
I
really
agree.
strong eyebrows. She's gonna do well. I wouldn't be shocked that she makes top 10. I don't know if she'll make top 5, but should I definitely? You might be right. She might make about top 5.
Yeah, we don't know anything about her personality, but she
No,
takes a gosh darn good photo.
she does. She's another person that should definitely would be perfect for Estee Lauder because
Mm-hmm.
they need more color diversity.
Yeah, I agree. Same
So
with like Lancome.
um
Okay,
I
can I say my last one?
none. Oh, do you want me to tell you my fourth or do you want to go?
You tell me your fourth.
Okay, so I have to go with Belize. Gorgeous, gorgeous black young lady with curly hair. Um, just absolutely stunning. She has her shoulder out with the gold. Um,
Oh yeah, she is pretty.
um, she reminds me at more with USA. That's what I thought USA's photo was going to be like.
True.
Um, and that culture is so like historically, like they have so many people that if you are born from people expect you to be really gorgeous. So I'm sure she has a lot of pressure on her back, but she clearly is she's got that strong vibe. I love the dark around the eyes. It like makes me look into her eyes, and the collarbone for me for a photo as a photographer really made me dig that photo more because the collarbone's really nice. It's not over the top, and you know, you, for you personally, Adriana, there's just a small earring there,
Mm-hmm.
and that I know you personally like the shoulder shot. We've done a couple of these for our for our photos, so I just
Yeah,
thought it was
this is
great.
a stunning photo. I agree. The only thing that I don't love about it is that I do like the eyeshadow, but underneath her eye, the makeup artist did a really harsh like. See how it's like a line all the way up to like the side of her temple.
Yeah, that's that black.
That's like
Yeah,
from probably baking for too long. I know like girls put like baking powder underneath to like set the eyes, and I think the line is just a little too straight line. It almost looks like literally a line of white on her face. So that's my only complaint, but that's not even a really big
oh yeah, of
complaint.
course.
That's just being particular. But I think she's stunning. I agree, but not my choice.
No, hey, you got to have something different because
Mm-hmm.
we're playing for pride here. You already if you guys haven't been playing along, she's up one. I she did win, but we both had someone. Um,
That was in the top
yeah.
five.
So
Didn't I have like 4 out of the top 5 last year?
yes, and I had,
That's so
but I had one, and my one made it to the top two. So
Well,
the game way we do it, we just do it as a personal game. But she won because she got more in the top 5. But I got
well,
one.
2 of mine were in the top 3.
Yes, but and that's why you won. But but my lone person that I picked in my top 5 got to top 2. So she won, but I technically won more. So but it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
personal
yeah,
pride.
whatever.
It's a personal pride thing. So okay, and you have to have something different, otherwise we can't play the game. All right, so we don't want to hold you up too much longer. So what is your top 5?
So my
Your number
last
5 for top 5.
I can't decide. I mean, I want it to be I still want Chesley to be in the top 5. I think she's very capable of being in the
Then
top
pick
5.
her.
That's Miss USA. But I don't love her headshot the most. So if I have to pick on a headshot,
Yeah,
she's
the
in
rules.
my top 5 because I think she's going to be in the top 5.
But
Miss
that's fine
USA,
with
but
me. But that's fine with me. I'm just saying the rules are that you're basing on the headshot, and we
right.
kind of
Okay,
do
so if
have.
I'm basing it on the headshot, I think I have to
But the
go with
person does have to make the top 5. So, in all sincerity, we do have. We can't. I can't. There's no way to wipe out biases because we already have a connection with Miss USA. So, you got to take that into. So your mind, you can weigh that in. You know her. You know who she is. So that's fine. I don't
Yeah, but I
begrudge you
think
for
she's
that.
going to make it anyway, so I want to pick on a headshot.
Okay.
My 5th headshot that I choose is Panama.
Okay.
There is one thing, and you're immediately going to know what I don't like about this picture. And yes, it is the earring. However, I think the background is the same, like brown as India's, and I think it complements her skin. I think this is the smile that I can see her personality and her warmth. A lot of Miss Universe headshots are like so sultry and so sexy going. But this one, she just looks so like the beautiful girl next door that just maybe loves to volunteer but is still so nice and pretty. And I like her lip color. It obviously matches the earring and her top, but I think it still complements her features as well. I just think she looks like the nicest girl and is also beautiful, and she smiled, and I always love a good smile because they don't usually do that.
You know, she does look like she'd be your best friend. Like,
Doesn't she look so nice? Like, you could look at her and be like, wow, I want to be her friend because she looks so nice.
I mean, if we're gonna not base it on looks and we're gonna base it on like friendliness, she looks like I'd be totally like, let's go to the carnival and let's ride some rides and like let's go get some
Yeah, she looks
candy.
so friendly, and like you her
Wow.
inner beauty is showing, you know?
That's a rare trait. Um,
I agree.
and you're right. And I don't know. You're saying so. You think that's too big of an earring? That's got to be middle
I
ground,
just
right?
think without it, you would. I just think I looked at the earring, especially because it's like right center. It's not to. If her hair was covering it a little bit more, maybe. But I think because you have that collarbone, like it just would have been enough without it.
What if it was just the diamond and it wasn't the
If it was just the top part, it'd be perfect. It's just that like second orangey coral drop that I think is unneeded.
Maybe they thought it was good because you see how that flows right into her neckline and see how like if
Yeah. No,
lines.
I mean, I'm not like overall disappointed. Just me personally, I could do without it. Like, I think it's great. I don't think anybody would think anything of it in the pageant world. They probably like it. But for me, I just want it to be the circle part that's on her ear and not the second.
The only thing that gets me in that photo is that I think they tweaked her hair and it looks like it's fluffed a little bit, like it's artificially fluffed. And as a photographer, that's what kind of irked me in the photo and I didn't draw me into it. It looked like
Hmm.
does that look
Yeah, it is a lot of hair. I think it's really just the extensions. It kind of looks like
so you think
she
that you
has a
don't
lot
think
of
they fluffed it? You
extensions.
think that's actually what it looks like?
I think she has a lot of extensions in her hair and she put all of it onto one side when she should have left some behind her back.
And it definitely looks like they didn't use any wind on it because it looks like it's a full
Yeah,
straight.
no, it's standstill. Yeah, no, I just can't believe that she can like if you zoom in from her collarbone up, it'd be so perfect.
Well, let's just do that. Let's see. Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh, but the full photo looks even better in my opinion because it has
Yeah,
this
I
beautiful
agree.
blouse.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like this
That
picture, except
so
the earrings.
they artificially cropped her photo and her blouse is this beautiful like coral pink.
Yeah, it matches her lipstick. That's what I said.
Oh, but if you look, it actually matches that earring because that earring is that coral pink.
Mm-hmm.
That is it's such a fabulous outfit.
I know, I agree. I like Panama.
Yeah,
I hope she does well.
yeah. I bet you she's like 6'1", 6'2". Watch, she'll be
Probably.
the one. She'll be the one like giggling and
Yeah.
and she'll be perfect because she'll probably be able to work really well with the host, the guy from the talk show, and I can't think of his name. Um, uh, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm really bad with names, guys. If you haven't gotten the memo.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Um,
Alrighty, who's your fifth?
France. Oh,
France?
yeah.
I don't even remember her. Let me go
So
look.
remember I was complaining about like this really weird um deciding if it was a 3 1/4 or a full close up headshot.
Oh, she has this ginormous pink
It's,
outfit on.
yeah, she just it. I don't think that she's gonna do well because her style is like a 1980s like kind of
Yeah,
like
honestly, I'm not a fan of this outfit at all, but I
but
didn't even realize
her
she's like the only redhead and it totally takes away from her red hair
I know, but
cuz it's hot pink.
you know, but there's something to me like one, she's a ginger, so like, and the hair straight. She has this very traditional French um, uh, eyebrows and face and nose and lips. Um,
Yeah, no, if
it,
you took out this outfit and just used from her collarbone up, I probably would have picked her. She's so pretty.
there's just something, and I'm not necessarily always in love with the center part, but the way her hair is, it actually kind of works for me. Um, she's got a very subtle earring on. She goes with the one finger. I actually kind of like that kind of where you're moving the fingers, like it's a little like
Mhm.
it's a little suggestive, like come hither. So I also like that her collarbones are showing, but they're not over the top. So it's not. Um, if you guys aren't in the know, photographers want to show off the collarbone, but if the girl is super underweight, her collarbones show even more. So her weight is exactly perfect. Like there's not, it's just showing enough collarbone where she looks like she's in really good health and she's good weight. I mean, and I like this. If it was just the shoulder to the shoulder shot, like you were saying, I think that's the best shot, and I think
Mhm.
that's how I would crop it.
Even if you had, because she has these pink ruffles on this dress, and even if you just left the top of them, it would just
Yes.
be so much better than the whole. It's like all I'm looking at is this dress now because it's a full 3 1/4 shot.
Well, I'm definitely excited for Miss Universe, and I think
Me
that
too. Can I mention some honorable mentions
oh
that I
yeah, we
liked of their
totally
headshots?
yeah. I did mine at the top, and I just want everyone to know I in no way was I trying to pick on any young lady. I just as a photographer, um, I personally feel bad when the photographer or the person doesn't um, look out for their client. I feel that it's in
Hmm.
my best interest to always make sure that that person looks the best. So I hope no one took offense that we were talking about the door in the background. But go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally fine. Okay, so for honorable mentions, I think Bolivia has just the most the word that comes to mind for me is adorable. She has this bright white teeth, smile, and she's just so cute. She has her hand in the photo. I just love the energy that I'm receiving from Bolivia. Her name is Fabiana. She looks like she's just the nicest girl. So I'm a
Well,
fan of her because,
even the name go, it just sounds like exotic.
yeah,
Fabiana, you know.
yeah. And then my other out of the blondes, I liked Albania. It honestly looks like a Fidel photo. She may have come to the US for this one. It looks pretty cookie cutter out of Fidel Berisha in New York City, but her hair is tousled. She has that natural, like, mauve lip color. Her eyes are just so piercing. They're like bluish green. I thought that was a very good glam photo for Albania. And
Well,
then,
in all sincerity, for people that don't know how the game's played, a lot of the young ladies, um, are personally requested to compete in these countries. So they might be a model, but then they actually ask them to compete. So you're absolutely right. She probably has worked with Fidel or whoever.
mm-hmm.
So
And then also I another blonde. These are the two blondes that I liked. Albania, and then the second one is Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is just she's just very very beautiful. Her It's sexy, but it's a little bit conservative at the same time. I like the pattern background. It has like this, it looks like wallpaper maybe, or like some embroidered type. It's like white with gold accents, and she's wearing this white pearl top with it. I just think this is a stunning photo of a blonde. I love that. She has that golden blonde hair, not as much like Albania had the whiter blonde hair. This
mhm.
one, it definitely is golden blonde. I love that headshot for Puerto Rico. So I think those are my only. Oh, and I mean, honestly, my, I guess, disappointments, I would say, not like fully disappointments, but I expected a little bit more from the headshot from the Philippines. She's so pretty, and I think this looks a little bit too photoshopped.
Well, Philippines is the one country that takes it so much like a sport. So
Yeah.
so it wouldn't surprise me that if the girl that won Miss Philippine that they put more pressure on her. So
Yeah,
so
I
you
think
just do.
Philippines looks a little bit photoshopped to me. It's not my favorite photo of her. It is a great photo. I just think it looks a little bit too made.
Well, that's a
And
shame.
same thing with Mexico. I am not a fan of this winged cat eyeliner. I think she has I think her shoulder is blocking her chin.
Well, is that
Um
the wing eye? That's kind of the style that they're pushing right now, right? With the makeup art.
mm, I don't know. Sometimes people like winged eyeliner. Sometimes people don't. But yeah, no, it's definitely a popular makeup style. But I just don't think for pageants I would want it in my headshot, because then it looks like you're doing a makeup style, not like you're looking like yourself. You know?
No, I agree with you. Um, there's one young lady that didn't make my top five, but I was definitely drawn to her photo. But um, you know, I just there's some reason her photo didn't make the top five, but she would be in a top 10 list for sure, and that would be Brazil. She had a really cool like jacket on it. Her name is Jill. She's got a very odd dress on. She's got one of those dresses that are like a um, pasta stringy um, over her neck, and then it's a black lace, and then there's a cut hole.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's not really,
spaghetti
yeah.
strap.
The dress is not really professional, but
Yeah, it looks a little fetishy.
yeah, yeah, and
I agree.
that's
I'm not a
what like
fan.
draw me. But there's something that draws me to her. Um, I
She
think
has some sass, I have to
yeah,
say. Like you can tell she's sassy.
I, I'm I'm having hard time not saying that she's. I think she's gonna do well. And I like
Hmm.
and I picked a lot of dark young ladies, I picked a couple. So, you know, the way they subdivide it, she's definitely going to be coming from North America, in that North America, South America pooling
Mm-hmm.
bracket. So I think in
Right.
her pool, she's going to do really well.
Yeah, you're probably right. I agree, though. I do not like that top. It looks a little too like S&M.
And the jean thing, it's just threw me off. But like if they would have put her in an outfit that was fully like the same thing, was just covered more, I would definitely, because I like her neckline. So
Mm-hmm. I agree. Her collarbone's awesome.
all right, so Adriana, if you accept the challenge, I will look forward to chatting you up next week, and see winding up who won or lost, and so excited for you to continue chatting me up on these shows, and
Yes.
I'm super excited for this upcoming week. It's definitely the first time in a long time that we've had two major pageants in one week.
I know
So
it's crazy.
so it's definitely, I would definitely say it's super pageant week. So I hope everyone is excited, and I will be tuning in later this week because we're gonna do our top five for Miss America. So please stay tuned, and Adrian will be back next week to give our recap for for Universe, and our recap for Miss America. So we've got 3 more episodes with Adriana. So I hope you guys
Yes.
all stay around and enjoy us. Okay,
Yes.
I'm the
And
photographer. She's the beauty. So stay tuned.
yes, stay tuned. And don't forget to follow me at Adrianna C. David on all platforms. And then also, I do consulting as well for interview, for styling, for headshots, anything. If you need help with paperwork, all things pageant, you can also get a hold of me as well at Adrianna C. David.
And I would definitely recommend you guys reaching out to her, especially if you need someone to be a stickler. Make sure that you have all your I's and dots marked correctly. She can make sure that that's taken care of. So for
Thanks, Paul, so
bye
much.
bye.